Hello and welcome to Question Time. I'm Benga Ashiru. While Nigeria's foreign policy thrust stands on a tripod of good governance, anti-corruption drive, and the promotion of prosperous and diversified economy, the task of protecting Nigerians abroad from hostility from host nations remains a huge threat to Nigeria's pursuit of citizenship diplomacy. What happens to the principle of reciprocity? Why not join us on our various social media platforms showing on your screen? Today, there are over 400 Nigerians in South African prison awaiting trials. In terms of Nigeria's economic shuttle diplomacy, the narratives of Nigeria's adventure in one China policy still raises much anxiety regarding Taiwan's diplomatic status in Nigeria. Also, how much has been recovered by Nigeria's foreign ministry in the repatriation of stolen funds? At the continental frontier, while gatekeepers of Nigeria's foreign ministry are still ruining Nigeria's loss of the African Union seat for the Commissioner for Peace and Security position, there have been arguments that Nigeria failed to win the AU seat because the instrument of foreign policy was hijacked by a cabal in the presidency. In a bid to put things into proper perspective, Channels TV crew caught up with Nigeria's foreign minister, Jeffrey Onyama. We began by asking him how he's been able to use the instrument of foreign policy to drive Nigeria's national interest.
Well, we, of course, interface with the outside world. So we seek to help the country realize those objectives in our engagement with the outside world. So with security, for instance, it was our outreach to foreign countries, near and far, that played a decisive role, in fact, in our battles, security challenges with Boko Haram, and indeed also even with security challenges in the South-South. So it was very clear and robust foreign engagement that helped us to be successful in that wise. When we look at the anti-corruption crusade, again, we've had to conduct a very robust engagement with foreign countries to help us in restituting and repatriating stolen funds in foreign countries. Then with the economy, growing the economy, of course, Mr. President has set us on a path of economic diversification and promotion of foreign direct investment. So again, it has really been our outreach, diplomatic outreach, in the framework of our economic diplomacy that is leading us in that direction for greater economic growth.
Now, the nation is at a critical point of addressing post-insurgency challenges in terms of resettlement of the IDPs and also rebuilding the Northeast. So how have you been able to use the instrument of foreign policy to address these key issues?
Exactly, that's a very good question. The foreign engagement has been very, very important in this. And an obvious example of this is the International Donor Conference that was organized in Oslo by Germany, Norway, and the United Nations. Again, it's our outreach and engagement with them that made this possible, and our engagement during that that donor conference enabled us to now get almost $1 billion from foreign countries to assist in the humanitarian and, as you say, the reconstruction effort in the Northeast.
On the Foreign Ministry's pursuit and the recovery of stolen funds, could you give us an update? What's the update?
When you talk of recovery, it could mean different things. First of all, you have to identify the funds. Then you have to assert in ownership of those funds. And then you have the process of the government in question facilitating the restitution. So, we have almost, or maybe just over $1 billion already recovered, but we also have a fairly large amount that has been identified. And while not recovered, as in having hit our account, national account, we are engaged in that process. So, and the figures we're talking about are probably going on to another billion or more. So this is really the situation with that. And I was talking about this not too long ago. The fact of the matter, is that unfortunately, very often the legal process, of restitution is not as easy as we would like it to be. And for this reason, Nigeria pushed at the United Nations for a resolution on the illicit flow of funds, and for member states of the UN to really take action and measures to make it easier for countries to be able to secure restitution of their stolen funds.
Would you see some of these legal processes involved in the repatriation of the stolen funds as a diplomatic bottleneck?
No, it's not diplomatic at all. It's legal. Each country has the legal mechanisms, because you see, when the Nigerian government says, these funds were stolen by this public official. Now, if the public official or officials say, no, these funds belong to us and they were legitimately and legally acquired, then the country in which they are lodged would require you to prove ownership, or to prove that they are stolen funds, and that takes a long period of time.